Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but something stopped them. Listen closely to me, because I have seen the hidden tears you cry when the house is quiet and you feel completely alone. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but something unseen stepped in and stopped them from making that vital connection. I allowed this delay because your heart is not yet completely ready for the overwhelming blessing I am about to pour out. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. The person I have chosen for you was thinking of your face yesterday, feeling a deep push to finally find your hand. They almost took the step to reach you, but I placed a gentle pause on their spirit to protect you both. I have more to tell you, but first you must prepare your heart for what I am about to ask. Their attempt to reach you yesterday was blocked by the heavy burdens and past hurts you are still carrying today. You must learn to trust me completely, because letting go of that old pain is the only way to clear their path. When they tried to reach you yesterday, they felt a sudden warmth in their chest and a quiet whisper of your name. I have been watching them pray for someone exactly like you, asking for a true partner to share their twilight years. I stopped them yesterday because I am still weaving the final threads of this beautiful story behind the curtain of heaven. Listening is not enough, my child, because soon I will show you the one thing that unlocks everything for your future. Keep listening closely, because by the end of this message, you will know exactly why they were stopped yesterday afternoon. I am doing a deep work in their spirit right now, making sure they are worthy of the precious love you hold. Jesus says, you may have felt out-of-place memories yesterday, or a sudden urge to look at the door, because their spirit was near. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, picking up the thought of you like a dropped key, but I whispered wait. I stopped them from coming forward because I am shielding this fragile new beginning from the shadows of your past disappointments. There is a seal I am preparing for you, a final act of trust that covers your soulmate in protection you cannot see. Yesterday, they almost broke through the silence, but you must first empty your hands of fear to receive this great gift. I held them back so you could hear this message today and understand the sacred calling on your life and theirs. Stay with me and do not look away, because what comes next is the key to your future together with them. The reason they were stopped yesterday is tied directly to a small act of faith I need you to complete today. I promise to show you the very sign that will prove they are finally on their way to your front door. I am about to give you a task that is simple, but it is sacred and it will absolutely change everything. Your soulmate tried to reach you yesterday, but I paused their steps so you could prove your faith through this action. Open your heart wide right now, because heaven is waiting for your faithful response to finally release them to your side. The final seal task is here. Your love is meant to be lived out, not just felt. Think about that. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the one your heart holds dear. You love them with a love that keeps you awake, a love that whispers, would do anything to protect them and build a life with them. That love didn't wander into your heart by accident. It was placed there for a purpose far bigger than you. But love that only lives in your thoughts isn't yet fully expressed. To protect them and nurture your future together, you must take a step of faith, right now, not later. If this message has spoken to your heart, you are welcome to support this ministry. Your gift helps us continue sharing messages of hope, faith, and love with people who need it. Every contribution, large or small, is deeply appreciated and used to further this work. There is no fixed amount required. Give only what your heart is peacefully led to share. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude and faith. What you're building is worth far more than anything you could ever send. If you would like to give, the link is in the description of this video. If you do give and would like to share your prayer request with us, you are welcome to leave a comment below or send a message through the support page. We read every one and we are praying for each of you. Whether you give or not, you are loved, you are valued, and your prayers matter. Thousands have already stepped out of wishful thinking and into real spiritual momentum. You can do the same right now. This is your moment. The love you carry in your heart is not there by chance, it's there because you were chosen to fight for it. Every act of faith plants a seed that can grow into a harvest. Your soulmate is worth it. Your future together is worth it. And deep down, you already know you were meant to take this step today. Don't let fear rob you of what faith can deliver. Step forward in love, pray with boldness, and trust that what you believe for will grow into everything you've been hoping for. Take the step that proves your love is more than a feeling. Protect your soulmate. Build your future. Faith is the key. Use it now. Link is in the description. Now that you have taken this step, you must understand the depth of what happened when they reached out yesterday. They were sitting in quiet reflection when a powerful vision of your smile crossed their mind and startled their heart. Something stopped them from acting on it because the enemy tried to plant a seed of doubt in their mind. The Lord says, I quickly intervened and pushed that doubt away, replacing it with a profound peace that only comes from my spirit. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I needed to build a fortress of protection around their thoughts first. They are being prepared to cherish you properly, so they will never repeat the mistakes of the people who hurt you. Keep listening closely to my voice, because I am about to explain the physical sensation they felt in their hands yesterday. When they secretly tried to reach you yesterday, their hands literally trembled with the weight of the love they carry. Something stopped them from calling out because I am teaching them patience, ensuring they approach you with absolute gentle respect. I know the nights have felt incredibly long and the weight has felt like a heavy burden on your tired shoulders. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday because they also feel that same exhausting loneliness deep within their own soul. I stopped them from rushing forward because your future together must be built on perfect timing, not on desperate rushing. Do not lose your focus now, because the final piece of this puzzle is going to bring tears to your eyes. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but a sudden ringing of a telephone distracted them at the exact moment. I allowed that distraction because I am orchestrating a much more beautiful and romantic meeting for the two of you soon. Every tear you have cried over broken promises has been collected and turned into a blessing for this new relationship. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped because they still had one lesson to learn. I am teaching them how to be the strong, unwavering partner that your wounded heart so desperately needs right now. Jesus says, "You might have woken up abruptly last night, feeling as though someone was standing right at the edge of your bed. That was the moment your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday through their deep and desperate midnight prayers. Something stopped them from fully connecting because I want your first real conversation to happen in the light of day. Stay with me a little longer, because I am preparing to tell you the exact month they will finally step forward. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, feeling a sudden surge of courage that made them want to run to you. I placed a barrier in their way because your house and your life must first be cleansed of old bitter memories. I am washing away the pain of your past, making your heart entirely new and ready for a pure romance. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden downpour of rain outside their window. I used that simple rainstorm to keep them inside, giving me time to finish preparing your spirit for their arrival. Do not ignore the quiet signs I am leaving for you in the form of repeating numbers and sudden gentle breezes. When your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, they also saw a sign that made them think of your name. Something stopped them from acting because they wanted to be absolutely certain that this feeling was a direct message from heaven. I am giving you both the exact same dreams, weaving your sleeping minds together before your waking eyes ever meet. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they woke up feeling that they needed to pray for you one more time. I encourage that prayer because it builds a spiritual wall of safety around the marriage I am planning for you both. The Lord says, "Listen to the comfort in my voice, because I am the author of your love story and I do not make mistakes." Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden feeling of unworthiness in their heart. I am healing that insecurity inside them right now, so they will stand tall and proud when they finally claim you. Pay close attention to what I say next, because I am going to reveal the clothing they were wearing yesterday afternoon. When they secretly tried to reach you yesterday, they were wearing something blue, which represents the peace they long for. Something stopped them because I want them to find that perfect peace only when they are looking directly into your eyes. I have seen the times you looked in the mirror and falsely believed you were too old or too broken for love. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I stopped them so I could remind you of your incredible beauty. They are going to look at you and see the most precious, valuable treasure they have ever found in their entire life. Hold on to my promise, because the revelation I am bringing at the end of this message will secure your future forever. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but a friend stopped by their house and unknowingly interrupted their brave plan. I sent that friend to delay them, because today is the day I ordained for you to hear this specific truth. Your heart is a sacred garden, and I am currently pulling up the weeds of fear that others planted there long ago. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I stopped them because your garden needed one more day of sunshine. They will walk into your life and plant seeds of joy, laughter, and unbreakable loyalty that will grow forever and ever. Jesus says, "You are highly favored, and the love story I have written for you is going to shock the people who doubted you." Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden feeling of awe at the responsibility. They realize that loving you is a divine calling, and they want to make sure they do everything exactly right. Do not turn away now, because I am about to explain the physical sign you will see in the sky tomorrow morning. When they secretly tried to reach you yesterday, they looked up and saw a bird that reminded them of freedom. Something stopped them from moving forward because true freedom for you both will only happen when the final seal is broken. I know you have felt a strange tightness in your chest lately, a feeling of anticipation that you cannot quite explain. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, and that physical sensation was your heart responding to their distant call. I stopped them from arriving just yet because anticipation builds the deepest kind of gratitude for when the blessing finally arrives. Every time you choose to trust me instead of giving in to worry, you pull their heart one step closer to yours. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I stopped them because you needed to prove your faith through your actions. The step you have taken today has finally removed the invisible barrier that was keeping them hidden from your daily view. I am preparing a table of blessing for you, right in the presence of all the past sorrows that tried to destroy you. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but a feeling of profound reverence made them stop and bow their head. They are praying for the wisdom to treat you like the absolute royalty that you are in my holy eyes. The Lord says, you will soon look back on this long season of waiting and realize it was the most important time of your life. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden memory of a past painful mistake. I brought that memory up so they could finally release it to me, ensuring they bring no emotional baggage to you. Stay anchored to my voice, because the final piece of advice I give you today will change how you sleep tonight. When they secretly tried to reach you yesterday, their heart beat so fast they had to sit down in a chair. Something stopped them because the physical reality of finally finding you is almost too wonderful for them to fully comprehend. I have placed a deep hunger in their soul that can only be satisfied by the sound of your unique laughter. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by the silence of the room they were in. I used that silence to teach them that your presence will soon fill their home with the most beautiful, joyful noise. There is a divine calendar in heaven, and the date of your meeting has been circled in gold since the beginning. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped because they were acting out of their own impatient timeline. I am aligning their steps perfectly with mine, so that when you meet, there will be absolutely no confusion or doubt. You have endured so much betrayal, and I am fiercely protective of the soft, tender heart you still bravely carry today. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I stopped them because I am still checking their motives and intentions. I have found them completely worthy, but I demand absolute perfection when it comes to the person who will hold your heart. Jesus says, a sudden smell of a familiar flower might have crossed your path yesterday, leaving you wondering where it came from. That was the moment your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, sending a quiet thought of love into the wind. Something stopped them from following that thought because I wanted to deliver the fragrance of their love to you first. Do not drift away from this message, because the exact letters of their name are being spelled out in your daily life. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but a passing car splashed water on the street and broke their deep concentration. I allowed that tiny disruption because the moment they finally speak to you must be completely still, quiet, and profoundly sacred. I am removing every toxic person from your history so that this new love has a clean, beautiful space to grow. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden urge to clean their own home. I gave them that urge because they must prepare a clean, welcoming physical space for the life you will share together. The days of crying over people who did not value your gentle spirit are officially over forever, my beautiful child. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I stopped them so I could dry your final tear with my own hand. You are stepping into a season of endless smiles, warm hugs, and conversations that last long into the comfortable evening hours. Your soul is a precious diamond, and I am polishing it so that it shines brightly when they finally walk into the room. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but a sudden glare of sunlight made them close their eyes and wait. I blinded them for a moment with that light so they would understand the radiant brilliance of the partner they are getting. The Lord says, I know you sometimes worry that you have missed your chance at true happiness, but your best days are entirely ahead. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden feeling of deep, overwhelming peace. They realized they did not need to force anything, because they finally understood that I am guiding them directly to you. Keep holding on to the truth, because the sign I am about to reveal will happen before the sun sets tomorrow. When they secretly tried to reach you yesterday, they reached for a pen to write a letter they felt too scared to send. Something stopped them because I want their first words to you to be spoken directly from their own loving lips. I have given them a vision of your future home together, filled with the smell of warm food and endless gentle laughter. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a deep desire to just sit and imagine it. I wanted them to build a perfect mental picture of your happiness so they can spend the rest of their life recreating it. You are not too late for love, and love is absolutely not too late for you, no matter what the world says. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by an old friend asking for directions on the street. I used that simple delay to ensure they take the exact right path that leads straight to your waiting, open arms. I am your ultimate protector, and I will never let a person enter your life who is meant to bring you harm. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but I stopped them so I could place a final blessing on their heart. They are going to bring you a kind of gentle, unwavering loyalty that will quickly heal every scar you have ever carried. Jesus says, you may have heard a song yesterday that suddenly made you want to cry without knowing exactly why you were weeping. That was the moment your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, feeling the exact same emotional melody in their heart. Something stopped them from acting because the music of your reunion needs to be perfectly tuned by my holy, loving hand. Stay focused on my words, because I am about to tell you the exact feeling you will have when they say hello. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a sudden chill that made them go grab a coat. I allowed that chill so they could learn how to provide warmth, because they will be your shelter in the coming storms. I am tearing down the walls of isolation that have kept you feeling trapped in a house that feels much too quiet. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a neighbor knocking suddenly on their front door. I sent that neighbor to remind them of the importance of community, because you two will build a beautiful family together. Every prayer you whispered into your pillow at night has been heard, recorded, and is now being actively answered by me. They secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but they were stopped by a feeling of profound humility falling over their spirit. I humbled them so they will always treat your thoughts, your opinions, and your feelings with the utmost respect and care. You are stepping out of the shadows of loneliness and walking boldly into the bright, warm sunlight of a shared life. Your soulmate secretly tried to reach you yesterday, but a sudden power outage in their building made T.